WrestleMania 41 is this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans alike. Let's on another preview coming your way. We go 4 days with a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Give it a nice super kick. Give it a nice Canadian destroyer to that thumbs up. And make sure you go ahead and coup de grace that bell to know when all of the content drops, when all of our predictions drop. They've been dropping like wildfire. We got a lot of content coming on the channel. So make sure you check us out. Let me know what you're looking forward to at WrestleMania, 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 4 p.m. Each time zone will be live Saturday and Sunday, and for NXT if you don't know already. But we got to get into this Intercontinental Championship match as Bron Breakker, the reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion, puts his title on the line against Penta, El Cielo Miedo, Dominik Mysterio, and Finn Bálor of the Judgment Day. You know, the whole notion of multi-mania, multi-man, multi-woman matches, multiple triple threat. We got a fatal four-way. We are going to have a couple of multi-matches, and that's what it turned out to be. And for the Intercontinental Championship, it is these four men. Of course, the story with the Judgment Day, Dominik and Finn Bálor, the teasing of a new member, the teasing of dissension between Dominik and Finn Bálor. Of course, you have the Jezebel that is Liv Morgan in the ear of Dominik, in the ear of Finn Bálor. Is she playing Dominik this whole time? Is she using his ignorance to her advantage to get what she wants? Is she conspiring with Finn Bálor the whole time? Does she end up turning on Dominik to align with Finn Bálor? Or as we like to call him, Pin Bálor, because I think inevitably he is the person who takes the pin in this match. I think this is an opportunity for Bron Breakker to lose that Intercontinental Championship. Now, he hasn't really done much with it, to be honest, since he won the title back from Jey Uso. I would have never had him lose it to Jey Uso anyway. If anything, I would have had him walk into WrestleMania this year with the title, dominant title reign, to Sheamus, who's not even on the damn WrestleMania card, which is an atrocity in itself, going for his opportunity to become a Grand Slam champion, going for his opportunity to become the first ever Intercontinental champion. He would be, because he's had every other title, like I said, would be a Grand Slam champion. They didn't do it at 39. They didn't do it at 40. They didn't do it at 41 for Sheamus. When will that story happen? Maybe it's next year. But Sheamus hasn't even been on TV. He recently re-signed with the company. So there is still time to tell that story, even though he is not getting any younger. That's what I would have did. But Bron Breakker walks in, two-time Intercontinental Champion. I do think this is where the title reign ends. Now, would it shock me if he retains? No. Would it shock me if Finn Balor won? That would probably be the most shocking thing. That is something I don't see happening. Like I said, Finn Balor, he has a pinfall victory over Penta. His first pinfall victory in WWE was his first pinfall loss was the Finn Balor in that tag team match with Dominik and Finn versus Braun and Penta. That was the first pinfall he had. Was he got inadvertently speared by Bron Breakker, and then Penta inevitably takes the pin from Finn Balor after coup de grace. So I think if you tell me Braun was the win, I wouldn't be surprised. If you tell me the new kid on the block, the hottest luchador sensation, Penta, who looks like a superstar, looks like the second coming of Rey Mysterio. If you want to tell me it's his time to get the Intercontinental Championship, I would not be surprised. And I probably bought up until a few days ago. I thought that's where we were going with it. Now, I do think we're going to get a surprise. This is maybe one of the more unpredictable matches on the card. Like I said, you can make a case for maybe all four, but I'll say all three because I don't think Finn wins. You can make a case for Bron Breakker to retain. You can make a case for the new kid on the block, Penta, to win. But I'm going with a shot. I'm hopping on the hype train. I'm hopping on the Dominik Mysterio love fest. Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Wolf. Shout out to everybody in the Flex Zone. They have been even saying themselves they think Dominik wins by pinning Finn Balor. And I agree. I think Dominik Mysterio will be your new Intercontinental Champion walking out of WrestleMania. It will be a shock. It will be unpredictable. It will allow for more dissension in the Judgment Day to tell that inevitable breakup story. Dominik comes back with the championship. Finn Balor does not have a championship after berating Dominik and telling him what he needs to do to be successful. While he couldn't do it, Dominik does it. Dominik uses that to beat not only Bron Breakker Penta, but pin his own stablemate and partner, Finn Balor, win the Intercontinental Championship at his expense. Now, I think it'll be wonky. I think we'll get a situation where Penta may, inadvertently get spared by Bron Breakker onto Dominik, who's on top of Finn Balor, and we get some sort of weird screwy finish where Dominik inadvertently pins Finn Balor, whether it's inadvertent or not. He pins Finn Balor with the assistance of Penta and Bron Breakker, maybe delivering their finishers onto Dominik. He lands on to Finn Balor, and or maybe they do it to Finn Balor, both of their finishing moves, and then Dominik does the heelish thing and knocks him out of the ring somehow and scores the dramatic pinfall victory and becomes your new Intercontinental Champion. I think this will be one of the more unpredictable matches of the weekend. I was going to say more Intercontinental matches, but this is the only Intercontinental match of the weekend because the Women's Intercontinental Champions in a tag team match. But that's another story. We'll get into that preview in a second. But I'm going with the shock. I'm going with the surprise. I think we're inevitably going to get Penta with that title by the summer, if not by SummerSlam. Before then, we'll get him, maybe Dominik and Penta one-on-one Money in the Bank SummerSlam, where Penta will get his crowning moment in a one-on-one match. Where does Bron Breakker go? I think he inevitably goes on to a Goldberg. He can go on to a Jey Uso. He can go on, maybe even with the draft coming up, he could go to SmackDown. There are a lot of ways Bron Breakker could go. He's a future world champion. He's going to probably be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. If he does lose, he is going to be a pivotal part of what WWE does going into WrestleMania, SummerSlam this year, and WrestleMania 2026 in New Orleans for WrestleMania 42. But I'm going with Dominik Mysterio with the shock victory. Dominik, he lost to his father. He needs a big moment. He needs something to solidify him. The Judgment Day needs something to solidify them as a real stable because they changed the theme music. They lost Damian Priest. They lost Mommy Rhea Ripley. They need something, whether it's a new member, reinvigoration of life. The stable is on life support. Carlito isn't helping. They need something. And I think Dominik winning could create some unpredictability. It could create some intrigue. It could create a WrestleMania moment. And it could create some genuine heat for him as the reigning, defending, that, heelish champion, part of the IC championship. He was North American champion. He doesn't have to be world champion right now. He can hold the belt for 2 or 3 months. And then he can, like I said, drop it to Penta, no harm, no foul. It will create unpredictability. It will create dissension in the Judgment Day. We may even get Dominik and Finn Balor one-on-one, maybe for that title, at a Backlash in St. Louis next month, amongst other feuds and rivalries that are descending with stablemates. It's a perfect PLE to do that at. And I think why not give the young brother, who's done fantastic work on the mic, character development, backstage promos, in-ring, he's been solid. Give the brother an opportunity. Yes, nepotism. Yeah, he might be a nepo baby, but Dominik has worked his ass off. He's done some great character work. The turn on Rhea was great at SummerSlam last year. I would give this brother his opportunity to see what he can do. Give him the ball and run with it. He's worked his ass off. He's not just there collecting a paycheck because he's Rey Mysterio's son. He needs to be solidified as the new leader, hopefully, of Judgment Day if they want to survive. If they want to bring in new members, we'll see. But I think Dominik wins the Intercontinental Championship, walks out of WrestleMania by pinning his stablemate, Finn Balor. Bron Breakker and Penta don't take the pin. Bron Breakker can go on to Goldberg, maybe Jey Uso as World Heavyweight Champion, Money in the Bank. Penta inevitably will be chasing, which is good. He's a babyface. He can chase the IC title for another month or two. Then he can win it at a Money in the Bank at a SummerSlam. He get his moment. And then Penta maybe even walks into WrestleMania 42 with the title if you want to give him a nice, long, sustained reign. And then we can see what we do with Penta maybe in the main event after that. But sound off down below. Are you agreeing with me? Is it time to give Dominik Mysterio the Intercontinental Championship? Does pin Balor? Finn Balor take another pin? Does Bron Breakker walk out with the title? Does Penta get his moment at WrestleMania? We'll see. Shout out to Penta, already in the WrestleMania, just debuted in January. But God's favorite host, your favorite podcast, wrestling, all the above, right here on the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you WrestleMania coverage how you want it when you need it. And hit the like button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. Sound off down below. Any comment helps us out tremendously, and it costs you nothing. We'll be live Saturday and Sunday, same place, same time, same channel, 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 4 p.m. Dominik Mysterio will be your new Intercontinental Champion in a surprise of the weekend. This is on Sunday, by the way, so night 2. So we'll see what happens there. Fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Multi-Mania, baby. We're here for it, and we'll be live with you here on the Flex Zone. We'll see you in the next video.